First stop on the Panama Canal cruise, Cologne, Panama. The first stop was supposed to be Panama City. When you're cruising, ports could be changed or canceled, so you always have to be willing to go with the flow. We ended up doing a Viator cruise line excursion that went to the rainforest, San Lorenzo Fort, and the new expansion of the Panama Canal. A Panama Canal cruise has been on my bucket list for a very long time. The tour included a trip to the Panama Canal extension. The expansion was completed in 2016 and had a price tag of $5.5 billion US. I love being in areas and situations where everyone's taking pictures. It makes it much easier to blend in with your camera. The new locks allow for two ships to go through at the same time in opposite directions. The new locks allow for a max ship length of 1,200 feet. Going through the canal was very interesting and definitely lived up to the hype. Learning the history and politics of how the canal was built was very interesting too. The cruise line offered a lot of information and videos and documentaries about it. I know MSC as a cruise line, but I also learned that their parent company is in the shipping business. As much as I like cruising, there is an option to travel on container ships. That's something I would like to look into and do on a future trip. This is the northern side of the canal where ships exit the levees and enter the Atlantic Ocean. I was only here for about an hour and a half, but I could have spent the whole day there photographing all the ships coming through the levees. While traveling through the rainforest, we had a guide that was very good at spotting animals. They were cool to see, although many of them were way too far away to photograph. Since that was the case, I think a picture of people trying to take pictures of those animals with cell phones was a much more interesting picture. Fort San Lorenzo is an abandoned historical site. For over 1 century, it was used as a prison. Here is a view of the Panama Canal from the Puente Atlantico Bridge. The 17-day Panama Canal cruise was taken on Norwegian cruise lines. Our ship was the Norwegian Sun. The cruise ship is 848 feet long and was built in the year 2000, and she was refurbished in 2021. Generally, the cruise ports are located right next to shipping terminals. I've always been a fan of shipping ports, and I've had the opportunity to work at a few through the years. So for me, being dropped off right next to a shipping terminal has always been a bonus. The ships and containers are great to photograph, and you usually get a very good vantage point from the top of the cruise ship.